Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable, the judges, and the Honorable, my beloved teachers and friends. Please let me introduce myself. My name is Maila Faiza Fokatea from class 8.1. My English speech today is about understanding the history and building the future. Do you know what the definition of Indonesia's independence is? The definition of Indonesia's independence is the Proclamation of Independence read by Sukarno and Muhammad Hatta on August 17, 1945, which marked the end of Indonesia's colonial movement. Indonesia's independence is not just about August 17, not just about celebration, but about communities and nation. Indonesia's independence is a story of truth. Indonesia's independence is not just about individuals, but about communities and nation. With that, independence means not being colonized. The Indonesian nation has an extraordinary history on August 17, 1945, when the state had state sovereignty and being free from Indonesia from colonization for 350 years. So we, as the younger generation, we should be proud of the heroes of the past that struggle for Indonesian independence. The efforts we can do to maintain our independence today, as the younger generation are, first, how we are wise on using our cell phones. Because basically, if we are wise and not depend on them, and if we depend on them, this nation is still not yet independent because they are still colonized by their gadgets, still colonized by the foreign cultures that is presented on various social media platforms, preferring to serve on social media rather than thinking critically, creatively, and independently. Ladies and gentlemen, so us as the younger generation is also listed on the 1945 Constitution preamble on paragraph 3. And the Indonesia's independence movement has come to a happy moment, as well as in paragraph 3. By the grace of Almighty God, and the every effort must at least accompanied by vice versa and prayer. As also in Surah Ar-Ra'd, verse 11. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Verily, Allah will not change the condition of a person if they don't change the condition, their own condition. Ladies and gentlemen, the third is reaching the period of the glory in 2045. Indonesia will reach the glory in 2045, which is the gold generation. Indonesia is a great country, a country that has abundant natural resources, that has a demographic bonus that none other country has, which can make Indonesia a good, fulfilling, and to make them advance more country. With that, us as the younger generation of the Indonesian nation, we should implement these types of tutorials so we can keep the Indonesian nation comfortable and keep them independent. First, how we are wise on using social media and technology for promoting Indonesian nation in national arena. Second, how we are using social media to promote the Indonesian nation and Indonesian values in the international arena. 3. Obeying the rules in the government. Keeping the Indonesian culture not being eroded from the foreign cultures, from other social media accounts or social media platforms. So, Indonesia's independence is not just about celebrating the independence of our nation, but also understanding the history that has shaped our nation, the history that had made our nation successful until this day. So, as the younger generation, we should be proud. We should implement these steps to keep our days, to keep the heroes proud of us, from them being, from them fighting the Dutch, from them trying to fight the Indonesians' independence. So, let's make this Independence Day a day to reflect on ourselves, to try to make the Indonesian ideals, try to reach the Indonesian fulfillment. Let's keep fighting for Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.